A roundup of the latest news now. Here are our top stories. Facebook changes its name to Meta. We'll have a special report. Elon Musk provokes mixed reactions in a tweet about a new university. YouTube hides dislikes in a bid to discourage trolls. We'll be talking to a social media expert. And the new so-called Omicron Covid strain has been shown to target non-users of Meta, formerly known as Facebook. More on those top stories to come. First, to social media giant Facebook, which last month rebranded as Meta. In the studio to discuss the change is our technology correspondent, Gino De Luca. Gino, why have Facebook done this? Hey, Bob, it's pretty simple. Looking at this from Mark Zuckerberg's perspective, your platform has been involved in every controversy under the sun, privacy law violations, controversial data retention and collection practices, data breaches, antitrust law infringement, the Cambridge Analytica scandal, which included the unauthorized use of Facebook to manipulate election results, threatening to sue the Guardian newspaper if they publicized that story, and so on. The list goes on, Bob. I mean, we're dealing with the future, Bob, a very Orwellian future, where your data is not safe out there, and Mark figured that name washing might be a good way out of Facebook's checkered history. Has that ploy been successful? I mean, it's too early to say, but I would say it has thus far not been a successful PR campaign. I mean, nobody's going to say they're on Meta. They're going to say they're on Facebook. If anything, the change has probably drawn more attention to Facebook's suspicious practices. What do you make of the new logo? Well, there are some saying that it kind of looks like testicles, and others who are saying it's kind of cold and scientific. Time will tell which interpretation dominates. Why did they choose the name Meta? Well, apparently Facebook had a developer in Hyderabad by the name Meta, pronounced Meta, which comes from a Sanskrit word meaning great or worthy of respect. Do you think Facebook is great or worthy of respect? I think they've achieved a great deal in a short time. They have also, however, abused their power extensively along the way. I understand that Facebook released a promotional song along with the rebrand. Is that right? Yeah, here it is. Gino De Luca there telling us about the Facebook rebrand. Now to the world's richest man, Elon Musk, whose tweet about wanting to start a new university by the name of the Texas Institute of Technology and Science, or TITS for short, provoked mixed reactions. With me to discuss the tweet is social media analyst Francois de Klerk. Francois, what do you make of all this?
Yeah, well, to be perfectly honest, Bob, I think Elon has more money than he knows what to do with, and he spends his time posting mindless tweets and exploring space, along with that other idiot, Jeff Bezos, when we have much higher priority issues down here on Earth to deal with. I mean, in his native South Africa, which he left behind many years ago, we have a poverty rate, that's people who earn less than $5.50 per day, of approaching 60%. Why not distribute some of that wealth of his to help his own country? I mean, it's fucking ridiculous, Bob, I tell you what.
Francois, I think we'll leave it there. Thank you. YouTube has announced plans to hide the number of dislikes a video receives from public view. The move comes in a bid to discourage trolls and online abuse, but critics warn that the move may stifle constructive criticism. YouTube creators will still be able to see the number of dislikes their videos receive. Joining me from YouTube headquarters in San Bruno, California, is social media commentator Dulwich Whisper. Dulwich, will this work?
Hey, Bob, the public's kind of split on this one. On the one hand, you may reduce online abuse, but on the other hand, you can't create a world where everybody loves everybody. I mean, that just isn't real. Some things are shit. and we should be free to express our belief in how shit they are. For example, I like watching highlights of LA Lakers games, basketball, but guess what? There are a lot of people out there who post videos that look legit, but are actually not what you're looking for. The dislikes act as a useful way to identify phonies. So yeah, I think love each other all the time has its limits. Dalich, thank you. And finally, the new so-called Omicron Covid strain found in South Africa has been shown to target non-users of Meta, formerly known as Facebook. Under test conditions, the strain accessed patients' devices, and those who have Meta accounts were shown to recover within days, while those without took weeks. Those who spent in excess of $200 on overpriced Black Friday deals advertised on Meta recovered within 24 hours. Mark Zuckerberg could not be reached for comment.